Hey, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analyses, rumors, to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. The Dallas Cowboys have made headlines again, and this time, it's not just a splash, it's a full-on tsunami. Reports are swirling around the league that defensive end Carl LAWSON has officially inked a deal with the Cowboys, a move that could completely reshape the identity of their front seven. For months, fans and insiders have been whispering about the team's quiet search for one more pass rusher to complement Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. Now, with LAWSON stepping into the mix, the Cowboys' defense might have found the missing piece in their relentless pursuit of dominance. LAWSON, who's been a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks since his Cincinnati days, brings a blend of raw power, explosiveness off the edge, and veteran savvy that could elevate Dallas defense from elite to downright terrifying. Sources close to the star in Frisco say LAWSON has been on the Cowboys' radar for quite some time, with defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer personally pushing for the move. The front office, eager to turn defensive potential into championship reality, pulled the trigger just as the market began to heat up. The question now isn't whether LAWSON fits. It's how much destruction this newly reloaded defensive front can cause once the season kicks off. In the grand chessboard of the NFL, timing is everything, and Jerry Jones seems to have moved his piece at just the right moment. The Cowboys' pass rush already ranked among the best in football last season, but injuries and fatigue during the playoff stretch exposed their lack of depth. Carl LAWSON changes that narrative instantly. Known for his bull rush and ability to collapse pockets from both interior and exterior alignments, he gives Dallas a new weapon to rotate alongside Parsons, Lawrence, and Osa Odigizwa. It's a move that screams aggression, ambition, and most importantly, belief. Insiders say LAWSON's contract is performance-heavy, showing that both sides are hungry to prove something. For LAWSON, this is a chance at redemption after a quiet stint with the Jets where injuries and scheme limitations held him back. For the Cowboys, it's another chance to chase that elusive sixth Lombardi trophy. Fans are already buzzing across social media, with memes, edits, and hot takes flooding the timeline. The energy feels electric, as if the Cowboys have declared open season on every offensive line standing in their way. One thing's certain, opposing quarterbacks better start sleeping with one eye open. As the news spread, whispers from training staff and player circles hinted that LAWSON's physicals impressed everyone involved. The man is built like a tank, yet moves with the fluidity of a wide receiver, an ideal combination for a pass rusher in Zimmer's hybrid system. Sources say the Cowboys plan to deploy LAWSON as both a traditional edge and a stand-up rusher, creating chaos from multiple angles. Imagine Micah Parsons screaming off the edge on one side, LAWSON attacking from the other, and Lawrence crashing inside. It's the kind of alignment that gives offensive coordinators nightmares. Analysts are already calling it one of the most dangerous front sevens in the NFC. Beyond the on-field fireworks, there's also the locker room impact. LAWSON is known as a quiet leader, someone who commands respect through work ethic rather than words. Pair that with Parsons' fiery energy, and Dallas suddenly has a balanced emotional dynamic on defense. Zimmer, who thrives on physicality and discipline, now has all the tools he needs to build a defense that doesn't just pressure opponents but punishes them. Every report out of Frisco suggests that something special is brewing, and it starts with that LAWSON signature. The intrigue doesn't stop there. There's talk around league insiders that LAWSON took less money than he could have earned elsewhere, specifically to join a contender. That alone speaks volumes about the culture shift happening inside the Cowboys building. For years, critics accused Dallas of being more brand than ball, more sizzle than substance. But moves like this show a clear direction, a win-now mindset that prioritizes production over hype. LAWSON reportedly had offers from several AFC teams, including a couple with more cap flexibility, but the chance to play under Zimmer and chase a Super Bowl ring with a stacked defense was too good to pass up. This isn't just about adding a player. It's about setting a tone. The Cowboys are no longer content with highlight reels and regular season records. They want rings. And Carl Lawson, who's battled through setbacks and injuries, embodies that hunger perfectly. His comeback journey aligns with Dallas' mission for redemption after last season's playoff heartbreak. Fans who once doubted the team's front office aggression are now eating their words, as the Cowboys continue to prove they're all in for 2025. The ripple effects of this signing are already being felt across the NFC. Rival executives are reportedly scrambling to reassess their offensive line strategies for upcoming matchups with Dallas. The addition of Lawson means the Cowboys can rotate fresh legs constantly, maintaining relentless pressure deep into games. No longer will the defense fade late in the fourth quarter. Instead, Lawson's arrival could ensure that opposing quarterbacks never catch a breather. ESPN's analysts have gone as far as labeling the Cowboys' front seven the scariest in football, and it's hard to argue. Between Parsons' athletic freakishness, Lawrence's technique, and Lawson's sheer force, it's a trio that can wreck any protection scheme. Even the run defense, historically a sore spot for Dallas, stands to improve dramatically as Lawson's edge-setting skills help seal off outside runs. Every metric points toward dominance, but it's the mentality that might change the most. The Cowboys, once known for flair and finesse, now look built for war. It's not about showmanship anymore. It's about imposing will, and Carl Lawson just made that mission feel terrifyingly real. Inside sources have also hinted that the signing was influenced by Dan Quinn's departure. With Quinn moving on and Zimmer stepping in, there was an emphasis on finding players who fit Zimmer's physical, gap-discipline philosophy. Lawson is a perfect match for that blueprint. His tape shows not just pass rush prowess, but discipline against the run and awareness in coverage stunts, traits that Zimmer values deeply. It's a subtle but crucial shift from the more aggressive, free-flowing style of Quinn's defense. Lawson's addition signals a move towards structure, control, and brutality at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys believe that this blend of chaos and control will make their defense more adaptable against both mobile quarterbacks and power-running teams. Some in the building even compare Lawson's potential impact to that of Everson Griffin in Zimmer's old Vikings defenses, veteran leadership mixed with relentless motor. If that comparison holds true, the Cowboys could be looking at one of their most balanced defensive units in decades. And the timing, right before the mid-season push, feels almost cinematic, like Dallas just found its missing Avengers piece in the nick of time. While fans celebrate the signing, the story behind the scenes is just as fascinating. According to whispers from league insiders, this move didn't happen overnight. The Cowboys scouting department had been monitoring Carl Lawson since the previous offseason, quietly checking in on his rehab progress, conditioning routines, and attitude toward a potential role shift. The Jets, aware of his potential value, initially wanted to keep him, but financial constraints and roster direction differences opened the door for Dallas. Once that opportunity appeared, the Cowboys didn't hesitate. They reportedly sent defensive line coach Jeff Scanina to personally evaluate Lawson's workouts, and what he saw blew the staff away. "He's a monster again," one source reportedly said. That private session sealed the deal. The Cowboys were convinced that Lawson wasn't just healthy, he was hungry. It's that hunger that might make the difference this time around. After years of battling injuries and inconsistency, Lawson now joins a locker room where competition breeds excellence. Surrounded by elite talent, he won't have to carry the load alone. Instead, he becomes part of a defensive rotation that thrives on collective pressure, and that's where Dallas believes he'll shine brightest. From a tactical standpoint, Zimmer's defensive playbook seems tailor-made for Lawson's strengths. Expect to see a lot of exotic fronts, formations where Parsons lines up over center, Lawrence slides inside, and Lawson hovers outside the tackle, ready to explode off the snap. This alignment forces offensive lines to communicate perfectly or risk immediate collapse. Zimmer has always loved versatile linemen who can disguise blitzes and overload gaps, and Lawson's combination of burst and balance makes him ideal for that chaos. Cowboys insiders have hinted that the team plans to rotate him in situational packages early in the season, gradually increasing his snap count as chemistry builds. That cautious integration ensures durability and maximizes his late-season impact. It's the kind of calculated approach that championship-caliber teams execute. Fans shouldn't expect instant fireworks, but by the second half of the season, the Lawson-Parsons-Lawrence trio could be fully unleashed. Imagine playoff football in January, with a freezing Dallas defense collapsing pockets and crushing hopes. It's the kind of visual that fuels Cowboys Nation's dreams. The pieces are in place, and the chessboard is set. What makes this signing even more intriguing is how it reshapes the Cowboys' defensive identity. For years, their strength leaned heavily on splash plays, turnovers, strip sacks, and big moment from Parsons. But now, with Lawson in the rotation, there's a shift toward consistency and sustainability. This defense can now win with brute force instead of relying solely on highlight plays. Opponents will find it harder to scheme against a unit that can bring pressure from any direction at any moment. Lawson's presence also means that Parsons may get more freedom to roam, blitz from different angles, and even drop into coverage on disguised looks. It's a chess-like flexibility that could make the Cowboys unpredictable in the best way possible. In the locker room, early reports say Lawson has already earned respect by showing up early, staying late, and setting the tone during film sessions. Younger players, especially second-year linemen, are said to be gravitating toward his work habits. Leadership in a team loaded with stars often comes from example, and Lawson is giving them just that. It's no wonder defensive coaches are buzzing with excitement over what's being built. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The ripple of excitement isn't confined to Dallas. Across the league, analysts and former players are already weighing in, calling this one of the smartest under-the-radar signings of the year. NFL Network's morning crew even suggested that Lawson could be the X factor that pushes Dallas over the top in tight playoff matchups. Think about it. Every championship run in recent memory has been defined by defensive depth. The Chiefs had Chris Jones wrecking lines. The Rams had Aaron Donald dominating trenches. And now, the Cowboys have assembled a three-headed monster that can dictate games. But beyond the hype, there's something methodical about this build. Every piece fits a purpose. Parsons the disruptor, Lawrence the technician, and Lawson the enforcer. If this balance holds, Dallas might finally have the formula to sustain defensive excellence from September to February. It's not about one superstar anymore. It's about building a wall that never cracks. The NFL's offensive fireworks may still dazzle, but with Lawson in navy and silver, Dallas looks ready to remind everyone that defense still wins championships. Behind closed doors, there's also talk that this move was strategic for locker room culture. The Cowboys have dealt with whispers about focus and accountability in past seasons, and bringing in someone like Lawson, a grinder, a professional's professional, was intentional. He's known for keeping his head down, doing the dirty work, and mentoring young talent without fanfare. Zimmer reportedly told the front office that Lawson reminded him of his Minnesota days, when veterans like Brian Robinson kept the locker room disciplined and driven. Those are the kinds of players who set the tone for championship teams. With rookies like Marshawn Kneeland and veterans like D-Law around, the environment becomes a perfect blend of youth and experience. Lawson's no-nonsense attitude could be the glue that keeps that room locked in during adversity. That's something Dallas has lacked in recent playoff exits: composure. If Lawson helps anchor that mentally as well as physically, this signing could echo far beyond the stat sheet. It's not just a defensive move, it's a cultural statement. The Cowboys aren't chasing hype anymore. They're building something sustainable, something that looks, feels, and sounds like a real contender. And as the smoke settles, one thing is crystal clear. Carl Lawson's arrival has reignited belief in Cowboys Nation. For a fan base starving for postseason glory, this feels like a statement of intent. There's a new energy in the air, an unspoken promise that this team is finally ready to take the next step. Lawson's story, one of resilience, patience, and grit, fits perfectly within that narrative. He's not just another signing. He's a symbol of the Cowboys' shift toward maturity and edge. The NFL is a league of moments, and this one feels like the calm before a storm. The Cowboys have been building towards something special for years, and with LAWSON added to the mix, the final piece might just be in place. Now, it's all about execution. The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the pressure of January football, it's all coming. And when that time arrives, the front seven, led by Parsons, Lawrence, and now LAWSON, will have one mission: to hunt. Dallas didn't just sign a player. They just might have unleashed the league's next defensive nightmare. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.